Yo, guys, welcome back to a not so very hyped day. I'm Tom Crown. Good to be here. We're chilling. We're going to take a look at the Bitcoin charts. I got a few other charts here lined up. Wanted to update you guys. Appreciate you being here. Make sure you're smashing the likes and subscribes for the new stream. The more you like and subscribe, the more YouTube says this is a good video and I'll show it to more people. So I appreciate it. Makes a difference. Keep doing it. It's not just placebo. That's right. Ew, wow. A little weirdness on the back end here. This is going to be a buggy stream, I have a feeling. I scheduled this one out, and then I changed the date to today. I didn't really plan on streaming, but I was bored, and I thought you guys deserved an update. I did release 2 very spicy short videos in the last 2 days. Check them out. One's pinned to the live chat. It's good stuff. It's on Lux Algo. Lux Algo, solid indicator. Probably try to use it today a little bit, see what's going on. So I have the Bitcoin chart pulled up. I also want to update you guys on my BingX trade. Shout out to our sponsors, BingX, Bybit, and Market Cipher. Sign up using my link in the video description below. Great platforms, great tools. Absolutely the best. I wanted to update you guys on this. So I thought I got stopped out. I thought there was no chance that this long would still be alive. But the liquidity on BingX, I guess, kept me alive here. You can see this wick. By all means, should have stopped this out. It didn't. So we're still alive. We're chilling at 7%. I've held this long open way too long. It is irresponsible. Friendly reminder, guys. We do have exchange sponsors. They are the best in the biz. However, every exchange has risk, especially right now with the FTX contagion going on. So manage your risk around that for sure. Don't get caught. Calculate out what you're willing to trade with, what you're willing to risk, and only use that amount on an exchange. Also, leverage. You'll see me using it. However, leverage is not necessary. Spot trading, it's how I learned to trade. I would recommend you do the same. There's a lot of really great spot deals right now. I believe both Bybit and BingX have 0% fees on spot trades at the moment, so it's a good time to get those spot trades, that spot trading experience in. So there's not a lot going on here. Somehow we didn't get stopped out. I'll take it. I probably should close it here. Let's be real. I probably should just close it, take my W, and walk away. But that's not interesting. I'm going to leave it open. I might even move the stop loss up. We'll find out. We'll find out as we go through the chart today. So Bitcoin. Let's go to the daily. Let's go to the day. It's trend line. Maybe not in play. Yesterday we closed a bearish engulfing candle on the daily. Not such a great sign. However, we are still looking at pretty much the same pattern here. Not a lot has changed. We've seen what looks like maybe a 1, 2, 3 bottom, maybe an inverse head and shoulders, some kind of bottoming pattern. However, we should keep in mind, back here, I guess this wasn't really a bottoming pattern. We could try to say it's Wyckoff. We could try to say a lot of things. But it led to what? Falling further. So I'm not 100% confident. 15.5 is our low. Again, kind of a random number. 13.8, much more logical. Historic support for Bitcoin. Not so much here at 15.5. I felt the same way when we fell in June to 17.5, 17, something like that. I'm losing track now. Felt the same way. Not a lot of reason to bottom there. Not a lot has changed on the chart. Let's take a look at some indicators. Let's see if there's anything on the day we can get. Market Cipher leaning bearish on the day. Definitely going to come down to closing a daily above 17.1. This is a very important resistance. And I do like that price seems to be holding here. We're not finding extreme sellers. If we look left, 17.1 all the way back to 2018, that was the high. So we have trapped long orders here. We fell below it. We're likely to find resistance here, and that's what we're seeing. Simple as that. I'm going to take a look at moving averages really fast. Anything spicy? Actually, there's more spice here than I expected. Let me change these up. 20. 10, sure, whatever. 20, 50, 100, 200. Cool. Moving averages on the day, actually looking pretty decent. We have the 20 daily. You can see this has really been kind of the contest point. Maybe I can get rid of everything else for a second. Looking back at our low here, price really struggled to hold the 20. Really struggled with it. Just consolidated, distributed, We fell again. Now price is on top. If we look back at our last fall, we don't really have price action similar. I would say maybe right here, late October, we kind of consolidated above it. It's a bit of a stretch. However, I guess we should keep this in mind. If we're going to repeat this fall, we're going to be looking for a slightly higher high. Maybe that'll take us to the 18,000, 19,000 level before falling. Who knows? I do like that price is on top of the 20. However, this is a moderately bullish sign. I'll take it in these dark times. We gotta take it. Let's see, the 50 above us sitting at 18. There we go. Maybe we should modify our target to this 18 level, testing the 50. Likely. I think that's pretty likely, even if we are going to move down farther. The 200 daily. Now this is the bitch. So I don't swear in our streams, but this is the biatch. Back in, what is it? March of 2022. Seems like years ago now. But back in March of this year, price topped out at 48,000. And we did call for a short there. I said it on stream over and over and over again. I simply forgot to set my order. Rip me. I would have shorted the local top there. But you can see the 200 daily moving average here acting as resistance and has been untested since March. That is actually pretty extreme. But this is March, the third month, so that was 9 months ago, untouched. A move back to the 200 at 21K, not out of this, not out of probability. In fact, maybe we should be looking for it. Looking at just moving averages, Bitcoin's telling us maybe 18, maybe 21. Neither of those get us out of the woods. And as we fall farther, what we're seeing, I need a much cleaner chart than this. What we're seeing is with lower lows, we have to adjust our fibs. That's right. Adjusting the fibs here. So let's take our high at 69K. Let's put it all the way down to 15.5. And using the fib here is assuming the bottom is in. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. But we're going to look at the chart anyway because that's what we do here. I do actually really like where the 618 is lining up at 38.9. That's right at this consolidation before the drop. As we fall farther, say we fall down to 13.8, we're going to have to adjust our fibs again. That's the trick, or the tricky part of fibs, is you have to have confidence that you have a high and a low. We don't really have confidence here, unfortunately. But if we do assume, maybe it magically touches 13.8, actually this looks very good as well. Our 618 retrace would be at 37.3. And even then, this is the issue. This is kind of what I'm getting at here is as we fall, say we hit 13.8, we can go all the way back to 37,000. We're still not out of the woods. So we do have quite a lot of resistance to overcome. I'm sure that is not a surprise to anyone here. This chart's looking pretty bleak. If we zoom out, I do like one thing. This is maybe the hopium that I have for you. We're going to move on to the real hopium. There's one thing. Whatever kind of pattern we want to call this, however we want to identify the structure, this market structure, it is a falling pattern of some kind. Whether it's a falling wedge or a falling channel, doesn't really matter. We would look for it to resolve to the upside. The problem is if we zoom in, looks like we're building another ascending wedge. So what do ascending wedges tend to do? Well, they tend to fall down. So maybe a trip farther down is in the cards. I'm not a huge fan of the way price is consolidating here, despite it being some kind of bottoming pattern. What we have is a big pattern that's going to look to break to the upside. But inside of it, we have these smaller, more local patterns that are not so bullish. So not the best. Not the best here. We're likely to see, let's see, what might this look like? Something like this. Into that lower low. Probably lines up pretty well with 13.8. Been saying this now since we broke. There's not a ton to go over here on the Bitcoin chart that's new. With really the daily not moving, volatility reaching extreme lows. It's very much a wait and see kind of situation. The good news is, luckily, we have our crypto fam here. All you guys coming out today, everyone here to get us through. This is how it is. There's periods of very explosive excitement. We saw that in 2021, and then periods of very slow, lagging price action. And here we are. Yeah, I said this stream would be weird. It is. I can tell. We have 150 viewers. I scheduled this for like the 23rd, and then I realized I wouldn't be here for the 23rd, and so I changed that to today, and YouTube is very weird about scheduling streams out. It doesn't like showing them. Next chart I wanted to look at, the dollar. So we had been following the dollar really closely for months. It had been trading virtually perfectly inverse to Bitcoin, and we've seen that pattern break over the last, let's say, 2 months. Bitcoin hitting lows while the dollar continues exploring its lows as well. We've seen a divergence from the Dixie or the dollar's strength. Looking at the chart here, it did have a clean bounce on the day at 104.4. Nice. I'm not convinced it's done falling, but the dollar itself also in a falling pattern. So while we may see it explore lower, eventually we are looking for a retracement or some kind of bounce. Likely, I would be looking probably the 108 area. Timing-wise, I think it's going to come down December 14th. We have the stream scheduled. The FOMC meeting with Mr. Chirpow. I hope you guys tune in for that. Should be hype AF. They always are. God, they're my favorite time of the month. Likely that timing is going to coincide with the Chirpow meeting. However, with the 50 BPS talk and the confidence the market has in it, it's going to be weird. In order to see this move, just kind of reading between the lines here, I would say that the Fed is going to have to come in with a lower than 50 BPS, or they're going to have to come in with 50 BPS, but then set forward guidance of, well, we're going to continue slowing. Things are, normalizing, whatever. I'm not really confident in it. It's strange. It's a strange setup. I think that by the 14th, we're going to have a lot of clarity that we don't have right now. And let's cross our fingers, because this market is getting really boring. Really, really boring. Let's take a peek at a longer time frame. That looks like a blow off top to me. I don't know. Welcome all of your feedback in chat. This looks like a blow off top. This is like what we were missing from Bitcoin at 69K. We were looking for some kind of blow off top, which is essentially when the market gets overheated to the point where it can no longer heat up anymore, and it collapses in on itself and finds a fair value. The dollar traded up to 113, 114. We were looking for 121, which is looking more and more off the table as this weekly low does exceed August's low. This looks like a break in structure that does actually line up with maybe an interim dead cat bounce retracement up to that 108, maybe even 110 level to make a lower high. And then if 104 breaks, well, that's game. We're going to go into a long period of the dollar trading sideways and down. Interesting that they've diverged so much. I don't have an explanation. I don't know why. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Not a clue. October closed bloody for the dollar. No, November. Wow, we're getting through. It's almost 2023. Can you guys believe that? I can't believe that. This has been the longest year of my life. 2022, man, this has been rough. But on the monthly, things are not looking great. Let's see. You got bearish divergence on your highs. Market's ever kind of rolling over. Not a lot of great signs or signals here on the dollar. One thing that does catch my eye, we do have 22 days left in this month, so plenty of time for this to make moves. But if we look at the candle body of November, it's going to be pretty difficult for December to have a larger downside. What that suggests, especially on high time frames, is somewhat exhaustion. Now, we did have a really big rally up, so there's likely no lack of sellers, at least at the moment, or at least until we get more clarity going forward into 2023. My take on this is essentially if markets close down this month, it'll be the fourth quarter in a row. We have defined a recession as 2 red quarterlies on stocks and indices, and I think we're actually way deeper than that. We may have a new type of recession because clearly 2 quarterlies was not enough. Let's see this. Oh, boo. I haven't actually checked in on S&P, but so far S&P, it did close last quarter red. It is green this quarter, but not exceeding the previous quarter's high. If it closes red this month, if it closes this year red, it will mean that the stock market essentially sold all throughout 2022. What I would expect then is into 2023, likely in Q1, we'll see that relief we've been waiting for. If we haven't already started it with this green quarterly, I think I have high confidence. If we have 4 red quarters in a row, we're likely going to get a green one. Doesn't mean we go anywhere, but it does have some silver lining for the for the short term, I guess, short term future, the next 3-4 months. Definitely going to be keeping an eye on the S&P 500, Dow, and NASDAQ to see what they're reading. But is there anything really here? Let's throw on Lux. Check out Lux here let's do it on the week. Not a ton. It looks like we did avoid really hitting a lower low. We just came shy of that 2020 pre-crash high at 3,400, but lower high here potentially. I'm not convinced that this selling is over. I think a trip down to 3,700 is in the cards. If it can find support at a higher low, maybe we start the trudge back up into Q1. Don't know. So the hopium I promised you. Smash the like button, subscribes for the hopium. The hopium that I promised you. Right here. Total crypto market cap has been also a highlight of this channel. Something we've been watching pretty closely, but I haven't brought it up lately. So in November, we have seen 761 billion broken. This was the previous all-time high. So we found resistance here in 2017 for the total value of the crypto market cap. You can see pretty much from August all the way up to May of 21, crypto market cap exploded almost 1,000%. This was very inefficient price action, meaning it pretty much just traded up. It didn't really consolidate. It didn't have any pullbacks. And so it looks like we're filling in some of that efficiency here, which is not ideal. But what I like is, though we have broken the low, we have broken the support at 761 billion. The weekly candles have settled up higher. Market participants saying that's too low. This is too much of a sale. We're getting in. Supports found. We haven't had a significant bounce off of that, and we're likely to find resistance at about 85 billion here, 850 billion here. Just eyeing the chart, we see that that was a weekly support. Found support multiple times before crashing through. We're still above, though. We're still hanging on to that prayer. I've been hanging on to that prayer all year, I know. We're hanging on to that prayer. I would have preferred to see a much more violent or volatile reaction to testing that support, but we didn't get it. We're just chilling. I can't wait till this range resolves. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Money flow looking terrible on the day. Momentum looking pretty weak. And VWAP trending down. Market Cipher B bearish on the day for total crypto market cap. Not surprising. Not surprising, actually, as the market's been down. Let's find out. Price action concepts. Shake of high. Nothing here. Nothing there. Man, this looks like crap. This looks like crap. Oh my. Someday it won't. I don't know when. And we broke this kind of descending high trend. Does look like this is Lux Algo finally clicking in here. Takes some computing power. Does look like it broke the change of character at 800 billion. And we have some resistance up here in the low 18s. Fair enough. This is where I'm likely going to target. And then probably look for a back test of that descending high trend. Yeah. Yeah, that looks about right? Huh. Pretty bleak. Big Chango taking the streams. Scribeginity. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Big Chango. Shout out to you. If you are here and have not voted in the poll, smash the like button, subscribe, enable notifications. You have to also enable them on your mobile device or else they don't work. Please go ahead and do that. Helps us out, helps us grow. It's the only reason we're one of the only, in fact, I could probably say we are the fastest growing, well, we're up there. One of the fastest growing crypto channels in 2022. And that's all thanks to you guys being awesome, sticking it out with me, being here. One thing I can promise you all, if you're new especially, I'm just here to show you what I'm seeing in the charts. By no means am I correct all the time. In fact, I'm wrong a lot. What I hope you get from this channel is just the mindset, the process, the thoroughness of my analysis, and I hope that you can take some of that for yourself and turn it into money. Please don't ever blindly follow me in my trades. I do not give financial advice. You may see me trading. It does not mean that you should make the same trade. Everyone's in a different position. I don't know if there's many new people here today, but if you are, you heard it. I could definitely see this playing out. It's not very exciting. I wanted to look at Ethereum today, although now that I open it, Ethereum really not so exciting, looking very similar to Bitcoin and total crypto market cap. Finding resistance here at 1300, now consolidating below. I guess the only real difference I see is Ethereum, instead of consolidating sideways, we're seeing a falling channel of some kind. That might be slightly more bullish. This could paint into a falling wedge, could paint into many patterns. What I'd like to see probably is to find support. Looks like it did around this 1217 level. This is talking very locally. We did see yesterday's candle sell off, find support there and bounce. We do have a green candle today. I would say on Ethereum, I'd expect 1272 today. We've seen a lot of this bearish engulf, bullish engulf, bearish engulf, bullish engulf back to back, really just whipping traders out of the market. Remember, no trade is also a trade, and often it is the best trade. That's right. You don't have to be trading constantly. I have a trade open a lot of the time simply because it makes better content than not trading. But I said earlier when I looked at the long that somehow we're still in, I should have closed this a while ago, and I probably should just close it now. But then I wouldn't be in a trade. If I did close it, I'd probably be looking to re-enter. If I was looking to go long, probably look to re-enter around 16.5. I think that that's solid support, and I think that it is even right there at the 618. I love it. I love it. Maybe I should do this. All right, I'll modify my trade. I'll do this. I'll have it stop. I'll move my stop up significantly, and then I'll look to reopen at 16.5. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Where might I do that? 16.8. Ooh, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. We're on the 5-minute here. Has no bearing on the long time frames, but I do not like this ascending channel on the 5. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to set my stop actually at 16.9. Let's move this up. We have successfully moved this trade stop loss into profit. So really, no matter what happens, this trade is a winner. This trade is going to be profitable no matter what. If it gets stopped out or it continues up to our take profit, I'm going to move this up. And then, as I said, 16.5. I think that is the place I'll look to re-enter. So what did I do? This is like only a few $1,000. Not a huge trade. Let's do 16.544, something like that. 16.544. Yep, that'll be good. How long do I want to hold this? 16.33. Okay. 16.533. And let's take profit at, let's do 18. Limit. Double checking. Always double check, triple check before you hit submit. Not a market order, limit order. I might have goofed something up there. It didn't take. What? I might not have enough account. I don't have like tons of. Oh, I see why. I tried to do 1,700 Bitcoin. That I don't have that much on this exchange. That would be why. 16.544. There we go. There we are. So there we are. Super exciting. We've changed our trade. We've moved our stop loss up, and we've looked to reopen at support looking left, looking to stop below this little bump here. I'm betting that we'll find support before we break through it. Super exciting. Trading on BingX. Great exchange. Love them. Sponsors this channel. Keeps our lights on while things are boring, and things are very boring. Don't you love it? You move your stop loss up and then price goes up. But if I moved it down below, it would like instantly go down. It is what it is. Markets are always trying to catch you out. Trying to catch you out. Ethereum. Let me finish up here. Let me know in chat. I'm going to pull up the chat here for the first time in stream. I've been kind of on my own. Let me know what chart you're looking at today. This actually might be a solid trade. Kind of like this. Kind of like that a lot, actually. I'm going to take a peek at what's moving on CoinGecko. What do we got? What do we got? Biggest gainer in the last 7 days, Radex. I don't know what that is. Market cap's under $1 billion. I've seen it on the top gainers before, but I have never really heard people talk about it. Trust Wallet coming in number 2, 25%. Frac Share, Xfinity, Axie Xfinity. Synthetic Network, GME, GMX. Not a lot of movers actually over this last week. That makes sense as the market's been pretty abysmal. Market's too boring, bro. I know, TJ. I'm forcing it. today. Got to do it for you guys. Good to see you, Bad Baptist, Crypto Poppy. Smash the like button. Make it jiggle. That's right. Thank you, man. Brandon Wassamiller. Boring market is the best time to scoop. Honestly, let's just throw trading out for right now. Real talk. If you started crypto in the last, year, 2 years, you're probably pretty wrecked right now. I've been there. You're not alone. Almost everyone starts crypto this way. Virtually no one jumps into Bitcoin at its lows. Almost everyone starts at the high. Don't feel stupid. Don't beat yourself up about it. You have 2 choices. You can do nothing. I guess 3. You can do nothing. That's probably fine. You can sell everything at a loss now, lick your wounds, walk away, take the loss, take the L, and likely you'll be back when it's exciting again. You'll be buying in higher. Or 3, the best one, in my opinion, you can take this time to figure out a plan. Right now, if you started crypto at like 60K or something, which I'm sure a lot of you did, but maybe not too many here, price is down, 70% from where you started. DCA is not financial advice, but DCA is, in my opinion, the ultimate strategy for this. First step, figure out your budget. Cash flow in, cash flow out. So take what you make after taxes, subtract what you need every month or every week, however you get paid, doesn't matter. Do you have a surplus? Do you have a positive cash flow? If the answer is yes, DCA is likely for you. If the answer is no, sorry, bud. Investing is not in your grasps yet, and then you have a new goal, and that's to figure out how to make more money, right? Whether that's a promotion or starting to work for yourself or whatever, you need positive cash flow to invest. If you don't, if you ignore that, and you try to invest anyway, you're going to be using funds that you need, and eventually that's going to bite you in the ass, and you're going to get burned. Almost 100%. There's no such thing as a guarantee, but I pretty much guarantee it. You're going to need that money for bills. You're going to need that to pay debts, etc. Don't do that. So once you have the surplus, you know what you can afford. Do you want to commit that all to investing? Probably not. You probably want to commit some of that to enjoying life. What's the point of money if you can't enjoy life? There isn't. There's no point of money if you can't enjoy it. Take what you think or what you come up with and just make it. You just set a reoccurring buy. I would personally never attempt this with anything but Bitcoin. People say, but Ethereum, do what you want, right? I'm not here to tell you what to do, but it is a risky play. And remember, you don't have to do just Bitcoin. You could do, you could do like 75% Bitcoin and 25% ETH or something. You can split it up. Always a wise play. You can do this by time as a reoccurring buy, like weekly or monthly, or you can do this by price. I prefer this. This is kind of my secret. This is how I got my portfolio in a really great position in crypto, is you can do it by price instead of time, which I think is more effective. Essentially what you would do is you would look at the chart, identify major levels or major prices that you could see price going to. In fact, identify levels that would scare you, levels that you would never like to see Bitcoin trade at, and you can layer buys. You can layer buy orders. I prefer to do it in a pyramid where The highest ones are the smallest and the biggest ones are the lowest price. But what this will effectively do is it will hedge you against the market. If the market continues to dump, that's okay because you're buying lower. It will feel good. It felt good for me, at least, when typically you would feel fear. That is a huge part of investing overall, is your mindset, how you feel. It sounds silly, but how you feel is maybe the most important key to investing there is. If you are uncomfortable, if you're stressing, if you can't sleep at night, you're overinvested. Figure it out. Or you're over leveraged. Figure it out. There's my little DCA tirade. You're down 70%. You can do nothing. You can take a loss, or you can set up a plan to be successful in the future. And those are really all the things you've got. You've been DCAing every month since you turned 18, but that's because you're a G, F to the moon. Price-based DCA, it's something people don't talk about. I don't really hear people talk about it. That's literally how I got into crypto. I started just like everyone, just buying with no plan. And eventually I was like, this is bad. This doesn't work. And I kept buying. After 2017, I saw it go to 20K, kept buying. I didn't buy at 20, but I kept buying, and I saw price go down and I kept buying. And I was like, this is kind of ineffective because price tends to consolidate for long periods and then drop, and it doesn't really stay there. So you can miss out on those lower prices. So if you DCA, let's call it on the y-axis, right? Up and down on price instead of the x-axis on time, you can control where your money goes. And what I like about this is you can get excited when price goes down. Doesn't hurt, doesn't have as much pain. But also, if it doesn't happen, so let's say I have an order at like $200. I don't think it's going to happen ever. But if it doesn't happen ever, what's my punishment, right? My punishment is that I just cancel the order and I have the money. I've lost out a little bit of money to opportunity cost. I've lost out maybe to inflation, etc. But I'm comfortable that way. In fact, having cash is a huge part of a portfolio anyway. If you become illiquid at any point in your investing journey, what are you going to do? Well, you got to eat. You got to have somewhere to sleep. You're going to have to fall back on your investments. And typically when that time is going to be a time when markets are very down. And so you're going to end up selling very low, taking losses to cover your bills. This is why the budgeting aspect is so key, is so important to the success of investing overall. I did it, I don't know, like 2018, I was like, this is dumb. I got to figure out a better way to do this. And so I just did it by order, by price. And I had limit orders after we hit 3,100. I placed, I think I did like every $500 down. I made bigger and bigger orders, and I never thought they would fill. I was like, there's no way we're going to go to 3,000 again. I woke up one day in March and saw that I had filled a crazy amount of buy orders at crazy low prices. The best part is if you're using limit orders, you tend to pay less fees and you don't have to think about them. You don't have to monitor the charts. They're just sitting there waiting, and they either fill or they don't. So that's how I bought the bottom in the March crash in 2020. It wasn't because I was a genius. It wasn't because I knew it would go there. In fact, the opposite. I never thought it would go there. But when it did, I had something that I could be happy about or comfortable or something to kind of soothe the panic and the anxiety. So highly recommend it. David Scott, that's a really odd thing to say, man. I'm Irish. I'm glad YouTube censored that. You guys can't see it. What a strange comment. Oh well. Whatever, bud. Whatever works for you, Sin's right on point, man. That's what I love about this community. A lot of channels are mostly new investors, mostly new traders. Our community is like OGs. We're not the biggest, but mostly people who have gone through this process, and they have a lot of wisdom. My advice, definitely kind of outside of the financial strategy of it, is listen to people who have been in the space for years, who have made it through bear markets. Doesn't mean do what they tell you, but listen to what they say. Pay attention. They all will have a similar rhetoric, a similar mindset. It's very valuable. And there's lots of them in our community. Jump in the Discord, probably the best way to keep up with that. Put the link in the chat. Mr. Silva, there he is. I mean, dude, how long have you guys been here? Years. We've been doing this for years. Years. Definitely OGs. What's up, Darko? Matt Lane, gang. What's up, man? Read it. Tosh K. Whatever happened to Tosh.0? Does anybody know? I love Tosh.0. Does he still make stuff? I haven't seen him in years, I think. For years. What's up, Adam Clark? Big Hands Little Spoon. Also that butt coin. Oh god, my Litecoin butt buy. Fun story, I won't get into it too much. But man, I was cleaning my old apartment and looked down to an email. It was on BlockFi that I had purchased $50,000 worth of Litecoin, and it was like, by the time I even saw it, minutes later, it had dumped like 6-7%. That was the whole thing. That was the last time I experienced any kind of panic, because that money was not for investing. That money was for the tax man. That was not fun. What's up, Armin A? What have I said? I don't know. I just go on and wing it. I don't know what I've said. Definitely go back and watch the replay, though. Emotionless and wait. Right on, Bullish Crypto. Yeah, I love this community. You guys are the best. Wrecked over 50,000. Dude, from November's high, I have lost more money than I ever imagined I would have in my entire life. And I didn't really lose anything. It's all unrealized. But I'm down, I don't know, $500,000 or something. Some absurd amount of money that I've never thought I'd even have. But that's the thing. I never actually had that money. So I didn't actually lose it. It's all about the mindset. David Scott, you were here at the last bull market. Now you're back. How's my Digibyte? Awful. Digibyte, awful, man. Litecoin's moving a little bit. Litecoin's showing some signs of goodness, but man, Digibyte's rough. Super rough. Let me see. I don't really think there's anything interesting going on in the news, but we'll look. It's just going to be like more Sam Bankman-Fried did a bad thing. Oh, no. Ethereum price prediction with ETH down 4.5. Boring. DeFi much anticipated Grand Central hard fork goes live. I don't even know what DeFi chain is. Let's see, a bunch of fluff. Have you guys noticed? I've noticed this. Crypto news articles have become more and more gibberish in the last year, maybe 2 years. What I mean by gibberish is they become more and more obviously just paid promotions. They'll just maybe this is a bad example, DeFi chain, but this to me, just reading the title, it sounds like a paid promotion. And I'm finding that more and more, it's not good. Major grayscale digital currency funds are trading at 34%. Dude, they're huge discount. I actually was thinking about opening a private, personal Roth IRA, 401k, just to buy GBTC. And why would I buy it? It's a good question. I already have too much Bitcoin. Honestly, because it's just so undervalued. I wouldn't go ham on it, but I wouldn't mind making a little tax-free contribution to some 60-70% discounted Bitcoin. Man, why not? Probably terrible advice. We'll have to see how this whole grayscale thing. Did I say BlockFi? Grayscale thing plays out. What else is going on? Let's look at our big ones. I doubt anything has really diverged at this point. I think everything is likely to be just trading sideways on these dailies. Let's see, XRP. Where we left it. Nothing too exciting. Nothing too exciting on the BTC pair. I'm gonna look at Litecoin. Whoa. Litecoin. My baby. Someday you'll have your day. You'll have your day someday. We did not get a bounce from $79.40. Looks like we're exploring down to $75, which is still solid support. Looking left in May. This was our swing high after our low. It looks like it acted as resistance in November. We broke through it. Support. Looks like it's testing again. Did we get a higher high? Slightly higher high. And it's actually kind of ugly. It's actually kind of ugly with the higher high here. This is starting to look kind of like this. I would like to see this kind of flatten out on its tops and bring its lows up. And then I can get back on the super bull train. Versus Bitcoin. Interesting. I like where it traded to. Where it is right now, I think, honestly, it will close here. Or, we'll see. I think it'll close in this range this year. with a bullish engulfed LTC BTC candle. It's kind of chilling here at resistance from 2016-17's low, was support, broke it, now acting as resistance. Just has to finish the year above 4295. Let's make this white and zoom back in. I'd prefer it not to go there. That's really ugly. Looks like a horn top. High with the lower high. Boo. Boo. I mean, since June, though. Since June, still up 160% versus Bitcoin. Very few coins in the space even close to that. Most things just getting decimated on all fronts. Fingers crossed for the old Litecoin, right? hopefully you guys aren't in the same position I'm in. I have so much Litecoin. I'm not worried. I've waited. I can wait more. Market Cypher is saying not great things. You got a higher high momentum, but your VWAP's coming down. I don't like that setup with money flow just reaching green again. Let's see, last time this happened was January of 20? Not awesome. Right around here. So a little rebound before the death. Not death. A little rebound before a bunch of blood. Boo. Moving on. What's up, Gains Lord? Can I look at waves? Why not? Usually don't take a bunch of requests, but is what it is. I don't know what to look at anyway. Waves, you got schmizzoked. Schmizzoked waves. Let's go to like the monthly on this bad boy. Ugly. Man. Where do you even have support here on the quarter? Oh, I guess you could call it here. Maybe. Much more likely down here at 85 cents. Not awesome. Yeah. I mean, all right, your monthly did trade below 216, 217. It is trading below there now. You don't have a lower low. I can see if Waves does settle up December above 217, I could see some upside. This does not look great. I'm going to put an alert here. Below 171. If it breaks that low, man. I don't know. Weekly, you could have like 140 maybe. 140, 150. 145. What a sell-off. What happened to Waves? You were making waves. Yeah. Spicy. Spicy. Wow. Where are those lines from? Okay. Interesting. I'm going to get rid of the white one I just drew. Actually, this is kind of cool. You have this like, inverse head and shoulders here, and you have an ascending low trend. Very, very historic. Pretty much the whole chart. This is pretty cool. I don't know what this means, but we see now price consolidating very tightly inside of where they intersect. That's pretty cool. I don't really have any analysis for that, but this is pretty cool. Look at how, like, right where these crossed, it just got trapped back inside. For waves, I would be looking January 23rd. This is kind of like voodoo TA, but I would look at January 23rd. That's when these lines intersect, and what we have seen a lot in the past is when they're below these major intersections, we can see them break up through them, or if it comes back on top, we can see it fall through them. So weirdly, if Waves is above 240 by January 23, I'd be cautious. If it's below, I'd be looking for a test of 237. That's pretty spicy. You don't really have any divergence on your day. Everything looks like crap. Everything's like equal crap looking. It's pretty fun. What does Lux Algo have for us here? Resistance above, obviously. You got your change of character at 225. I'm still getting used to using Lux. I like it. I think there's a lot of value here. I just need to keep keep eyeing it on charts. Yeah, waves, dude. I don't know. This looks like a knife. Looks like a knife to me. Should we move our stop up higher? Feeling greedy. Nah, we'll leave it. Bitcoin looks like it's slowly reaching back to 17.1. On the hour, market cyber B looking pretty meh. Pretty meh. 2 hours a little better. This is what's kind of caught my eye. I've been watching this in the last few days. The 4 hour on market cipher B, we have a higher high on money flow. VWAP, we have a higher high. Momentum's trending up. It does have some legs here. We saw something similar to this, I remember, months ago on the 2 hour, where money flow was red, was negative. Money was leaving the market, and it did the same kind of like choppy, kind of equal high thing. Hopefully we have the inverse response, right? Hopefully that means we have upside ahead. Man, 17.1. 17.1. All right. What else is there to look at? Pretty much every chart looks exactly the same. They have a low, lower low, higher low. Now they're like creeping back up. I think this is what's happening. Don't know where this will bottom. I think 13.8, 10.7, solid numbers to look for. Of course, bottoms are pretty much unknowable, so bottom could be in now. There's no reason for it. But this is what I'm looking at as a kind of 2-second summary of this whole stream. A giant descending wedge, and inside of that descending wedge, we are seeing an ascending wedge paint. So eventually, we would expect this to break to the upside. However, when we zoom in to the shorter time frames, we see the opposite, and we'd expect that to break to the downside. So kind of, I don't know, gist of it, short-term downside, longer-term upside, isn't that always the case, right? I wish I had something awesome to show you, but I'm not a clickbait YouTuber. I'm not going to like find something on a chart and hype it up and be like, oh, the bottom's 100% in, everyone, bull run. Yeah, I will sacrifice the views and the subscribers. I will sacrifice them because I don't like that kind of content and I won't make it. Guess what it is. B&B, bro. I'll look at B&B. We'll look at B&B. We'll look at B&B. What's up, trending videos? How you doing, man? You want to short it, Gainslord? Oh, well, I could have probably found you somewhere to short it. B&B. Not that bad. B&B is not as bad as I expected. B&B has been by far the best performer throughout this bear market. I'm still looking for the measured move to 0.22 versus Bitcoin. It reached as high as 0.19, so maybe I missed the boat. I would offload. I'm going to offload more B&B if it hits. On the dollar pair, I said everything looks the same. B&B looks a little different than everything else, actually. You got your low in July unbroken. You made higher highs. You're consolidating. 324 resistance above. This is kind of janky. I do like this small, weak impulse move down. Even if the responding move was weak, this is a little bit stronger. But money flow is still leaving. Not what we want to see for upside gains. This is kind of spicy. The monthly is crossing over potentially. Monthly support at 284. Monthly support at 284. We did touch it this month. If the low's in for this month, that could be... You touched it yesterday. That might be a play. I'm not sure how I would play it, though. I don't like this. I don't like any of this price action. I don't like this range, choppy, slightly higher, slightly lower. That's, to me, that's like a dead giveaway of just trying to chop traders up. Damn, that is a great touch, though. Nope. I was hoping for some goodies. This kind of looks like it wants to do this. continue this pattern. Maybe you go to a lower low, maybe a higher low. And like break back up, maybe test 284 as resistance. Yeah. Yes. Had some bullish divergence here, but it didn't really play out. Didn't really play out too much. Didn't even make it to the 618. Wrecked trades in the past. Yes. So I think I'm still looking for 022 on BTC BNB. However, that doesn't mean that BTC USD has to go up at all. It just means that if BTC goes down, BNB goes down less. So that can still happen even if the dollar value goes down. That's my caution here. That's my caution. I wouldn't look to play this in like thinking about dollars. I would look to play it only looking to accumulate BTC. And that 016, man, that's 32% upside against Bitcoin. That's not bad. That's not too bad. I think you could even say, well, if it drops below this low, I'm out. I think we actually did a trade on stream here with that earlier, maybe a month ago. If it drops below our low from November, I'm out of this. I'm looking to target. Maybe we be a little less greedy. Something like that. I could see this. I guess you gotta go lower than that. Something like that. 6-1. That's a high risk to reward. Who knows? Who knows? I think it could just play out like this too. Kind of follow this smooth curve here. Time will tell. Time will tell. Yeah, we got 300-ish view, and we have 100-something likes. Oh, good. We haven't hit 420. We haven't had our 420 license in some time. I don't know if you guys just don't want to blaze it or what. I'm just messing with you. 45% of us say 5 crabs. It is 5 out of 5 crabs. I agree. B&B looking spicy. Am I in any trade? I am. Mr. Prohibits M. We looked at it earlier. A long trade, didn't get stopped out. I moved the stop up and looking to re-enter if it does get stopped out a little lower. Nothing too exciting. Guys, you definitely should join the Discord. Links in the chat in the video description below. You should join the Discord. After every live stream, I make you guys Bitcoin holders. We do airdrops of just a few sats. It's not a lot, but it's free. Little incentive for being there. Put the link in the chat again. You should follow me on Twitter. And our sponsors, Bybit, BingX, and MarketCypher, leading industry platforms and trading tools. Links in the video description below. Sign up using my link to get some nice bonuses on trading. I'm trading on BingX live here, as I have been. They've been around for a long time, since 2018. They just really haven't catered to the US market, and now they are. It's probably why you haven't heard of them. But do your own research. Look into them. Don't just trust me just because I trust them. Don't trust anything. Look into them. Decide if it's right for you. But if you do, sign up using my link because it helps support the stream. Here we are. Here we are. This is... I don't like this. I don't like this. It's like slowing momentum. Candles are getting smaller and smaller. Unless we see a big upside in the next 35 minutes. This is looking... Well, basically to back test this as resistance. Brr. I'm going to be keeping my eyes on 16.5 because if it hits, my long will have stopped in profit and it will reopen. I'm also going to keep my eye on 17.1, 17.2, major resistance from 2018. If that breaks, I think we see this structure break, see a little change of character again, and I think we see upside of maybe 18. We're talking very short term. Very short term. But as always, refer to the daily. A move up to 17.1 is just back to yesterday's open. We've seen that happen over and over and over again. Will it repeat again? Probably. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. But I don't know. Is it going to go past there? Probably not. Probably not today. What day is it even? Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's the end of the normal trading day. Okay. And then we've got the FOMC in 6 days. Hell yeah. Can't wait for it, guys. Make sure you there's a little like notify me thing. Click notify me on the upcoming streams. I think it helps with the YouTube algo. More people that do that shows interest. You definitely don't want to miss the FOMC meetings. Those are our craziest, funnest days. I love them. I love that you guys join in with me here. But I think that's all she wrote for today. You guys are the best. Jump in Discord. Check out BingX, Market Cypher, Bybit. Love y'all. I think we have a stream scheduled for tomorrow, so I'll catch you tomorrow. Crown out.